It was my intention, and it still is, to do an honest description video on all the genin in Boruto, but never fear, this won't take away anything from that video because today I'll be doing an honest description on Mitsuki's backstory and Sage Mode, in other words, episode 39 of Boruto. Yeah, this is a Nuck style episode review. I saw plenty of tweets from other YouTubers, can't say Boruto's bad anymore, can ya? So I was really hyped for this episode, not to mention that lit Sage Mode Mitsuki thumbnail thingy, with Mitsuki being my favorite character so far in Boruto, and it was one of the few times in my life that I actually saw an anime episode trending on YouTube. Not that trending means a lot anymore, since it was overrun by Logan Paul, that goddamn hero, and I figured I wanted to use this episode 39 to kick off my series analyzing epic anime scenes, but after watching it, I kind of figured an honest descriptions would be more appropriate, so without further ado, an honest descriptions on Mitsuki's backstory, Sage Mode, and essentially 39 of Boruto, the best anime sequel ever made. And if you didn't pick up on that slight hint of sarcasm, this may not be the right place for you.
Trigger warning.
When Mitsuki first developed consciousness, he immediately realized that he had no memories, and thus, he had no idea of the operations of this world, meaning that he was a clone grown in a test tube. Once he developed consciousness, aside from the fact that there's no reason why he understood their language, but funnily enough, he somehow realized he had memories missing despite being born, at that point not knowing anything of his surroundings. In his first encounter with Suigetsu, Hydro Bitch attacks him to test his reflexes, which are good enough to thwart the attack and turn it around, but then this newly born kid with no life experience allowed it to stab himself to avoid stabbing Piranha Boy. This showed a compassion in the younger clone that despite it not really making sense why he understood that what he was doing was wrong, but this must be a compassion that he received in his cellular makeup from his clone daddy, Orochimaru, who's basically the most compassionate person in the entire franchise. After meeting up with Orochimaru and asking totally appropriate questions that someone in his position would totally ask, like if Orochimaru was his mother or his father. Like he's supposed to know that's how it works. Obviously, Orochimaru had no answer to this question, because telling Snake Fett that he was created because Orochimaru couldn't satisfy his pedophiliac urges since they don't let him in the village anymore, and he wanted to touch his spaghetti, he awkwardly avoids answering that question, even though simply telling him he's a clone shouldn't have been traumatic in any way, because he doesn't freaking know anything else at this point as a comparison. Anyhow, he also tells the kid that his memories were stolen by a random evil ninja guy, so they need to track him down to get them back, even though it was some of the most obvious bullshitting in anime. And he also explained to Mitsuki that he's from Ohio, because he's a white boy. Unfortunately, I think I just won Cringiest Reference of the Day award. Good thing I don't upload videos daily, or I'd have that award every day, bro. That just topped it. Alright, fine, whatever. Attention back on our favorite albino snake molester, who happens to be in the middle of a ninja sword fight, which I guess is pretty cool, but this allegedly high caliber ninja is showing off his awesome sword moves right after, you know, a couple episodes back when Madara drops a freaking meteor. Kinda kills sword fights for this series, but I bet you that tidbit didn't come to anyone's mind while watching this, because we were too busy with our jaws to the floor drooling while thinking, what the hell is happening? Are we actually watching a fight scene in Boruto? But Boruto doesn't do half-decently animated fight scenes. Get this to trending, boys. Oh, I get it now. Since poor Mitsuki was trembling in fear, Orochi Voldemort assures him it'll be alright because he's a member of the legendary Sannin, which is cute because aside from that title being completely meaningless to the little bastard, and to a memoryless fellow, it sounds about the same as, I'm actually one of the 3 legendary asshole scrutinizers. No way, I feel so safe now. But the lucky kiddo gets to think to himself, holy crap, these Sannin guys suck balls. Whoa, did he just get a snake to try to bite his enemy? What? Impossible. The other guy's ultimate defense, otherwise known as armor, blocked the fangs. These guys are such legends. Also only makes it more awkward when that Orochimaru's literal reaction to his snake failing to pierce body armor was the whoa impossible line. Legendary freaking Sannin indeed. In any case, once he's paralyzed, that Orochimaru leaves to get something, ensuring to Mitsuki that nothing can possibly go wrong. So there's no need to dispose of him in any way further. You know, typical bad guy stuff, leaving their enemies alive for no reason. So naturally, since it's a normal bad guy plan, Mitsuki didn't find it the least bit suspicious. One emotional, traumatic, yet completely meaningless conversation about him being a clone as opposed to a natural child later. Stop putting your hand like that, dude. It's freaking creepy. And Mitsuki's all freaking out, even though it literally makes absolutely no difference, especially to memoryless dude. I mean, it's almost as if someone touched his spaghetti. So, somehow it's all according to plan, and he goes into some crazy sage mode that even Orochimaru never was able to do. And he was really powerful. All according to the master plan. And even though Mitsuki should hate his guts now instead of agree to completely submit himself to the stupid serpent sucker, this was clearly a way better plan than Orochimaru just talking to the brat like a normal human being, instead of making an entire facade that was borderline unnecessary. So with all that in mind, I'd like to leave you the question. Why did Orochimaru do all this? Could this whole charade have been avoided if Orochimaru to just talk to the kid? I'd love to hear your answers in the comments below, as well as how you'd rank this episode out of 5, with 3 being average. This is my first time doing an honest descriptions on an individual topic, so I'd appreciate it also if you leave another rank out of 5, how much you'd like this video compared to my average. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do episode reviews, and well, I never really wanted to do them because they seemed a bit too normal for my channel. Yeah, that's kind of a negative here, but if you want something more along these lines, feel free to let me know. Also, huge thanks to the editor for the Win Studios for editing this video as well, linked to his channel in the description. If any of you guys would like to help me edit videos, which would be greatly appreciated, my email is nuxtaku@gmail.com, and I would love to see you there. Feel free to comment, especially early, because I try to answer my early comments, which is also a great segue to telling you turn on that notification bell, because YouTube doesn't like plain subscribers anymore unless they have that bell on. Thanks, YouTube. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do that. Also, I love likes, as does everyone. Feel free to leave likes. I know that you're waiting for a different honest description video, not exactly this one, but since that wasn't ready yet, I figured I'd squeeze one extra out for y'all. I apologize the war arc honest description is taking as long as it is. It's really in production, and it will hopefully be the next video. Meanwhile, I'll link up some other stuff, so thanks so much for watching, and have yourself a most wonderful evening.